ですね、先ほどの休憩を経て、ボス部屋から外に出たらなんか、こんなところに、こんな、ですね、すごく自然豊かなところに、たどり着くことができました。いやー、めちゃめちゃ綺麗。本当に綺麗。なんか赤い、なんかもみじみたいなのがあって、いやー、秋ですね。本当に。うん。秋だなーって思う。ということで始めていきましょうか。いきます。何レベルアップ？あ、復活したんだ。へえ、すごい。マイルス、1名様いらっしゃいませ。実験、不安。犯罪時賄賂のコストが把握する。まずじゃあどうしようかな。錬金術、火事。迷うところだけど、こいつの特性を生かしていこう。まずは、ポーション調合できるのか。これでかいな。はい。あんこもランク。これもでかいね。迷うとこだけど、ここはこれでいきましょう。ハンマーが使えるようなの。ハープーンって、5ポイントのアリビティ。マイトアリビティか。ハンマーか。ブルータルウェポン。ハンマーマサリ。これでいってみよう。光の中へ。これ売ったらお金になりそうなもの結構あるな。結構いい感出してんな。結構いい感出してる。いやね、こういうのは嫌いじゃないよ、私は。スクワイズリング。いや、むしろ大好きです。これさ、なんか、なんだろうな、間違えると、なっちゃうやつかしら。素材を手に入れた。やったぜ。間違えると一からやり直しとかそういうことになっちゃうのかな。ロマサガ2みたいにさ、釣りはできないのね。それはちょっと怖い。落ち込んでる。落ち込んじゃダメだよ。
Are we really safe? I saw you fighting there. We could have used more of you. Did they really have a troll?
トロール？巨大な岩な
I
んか、
don't
そう
know
だ
how
け
the
ど。
Twather found us, but if they are a troll, it couldn't have been an accident. Fate was kind to collapse that doorway behind you, or they would have chased us into the glade.
アリ
They
スター。
started building here when they found Prismere in the mines nearby. Never thought we'd see Twather this far out west, though. I never did trust Fae to begin with. Well, those Twather are the worst sort. It waged some sort of holy war against humans and Alpha for years now. But the front's all the way out east. What are they doing out here? How did they know about this place?
それ私にもわかんないや。
They're technically a type of wild fae. Related to the fae of the summer and winter courts,
なんか悪いやつなんだね。
actually. Dangerous enough in the wild. But Tuatha also used them in their army.
ってことなんか白熊みたいな感じなんだ。
Hughes ran off, you say? I wouldn't worry too much. The old man's tougher than he looks. And he's always got a plan. Fate weavers? Ah, charlatans. You swears by them. But I'll be damned if I trust my future to some cards. Good luck out there.
ありがとう。あ、鹿がいる。鹿がいる。鹿がいる。あ、待って。お肉とか取れないのかな。泳ぐのはちょっとごめんなさい。お肉取ろうと思ったけどごめんね。私さ、ご飯食べないと生きていけないからさ、ね、ね。なんかいろいろあるから取ってこう。白いキノコがどってこうどってこと変な楽団をどってこうどってこう、なんかこういうキノコがさどってこうどってこうってなんかしてそうだった。あ、クマさんうわーごめんなさい。あ、今日夕飯の赤字にするから許して。
I remember you.
夕飯の数にならなかったんだけどおじさん。
You're the one? How did you come
知らないよ。私に聞かないで。
No, I had no idea anything like that would happen. The Well of Souls is bigger than one gnome's pet project. My employer pays for information about its progress. I just send the reports
大
to
変
make
なんだ
some
ね。まあ
money
生き
on
て
the
くって
side.
大変なことだからさ。
I never wanted anyone to get hurt.
分かってるよ。手伝って。
I don't have. Okay, here. It's all I've got. Plus what I got paid for the information. I don't want any part of this. I'm going home to Odessa.
帰った方がいいよ。こんなとこいたってさ、あなたは幸せになると思うから。なんかいる。なんか襲われてる？食われてる？あっち行け！あっ！痛いよ。あっち行け。なんかあるね。お肉？お肉じゃないの？なんだよ。なんか料理作れるかと思ったじゃん。なんかさ、夕飯のおかずをさ調達しようとしてるのにさ、なんか食いぶちとかどうしてんのこの国の人たちって。あ、ウィッチャー？あ、おじさん。あ、なんかゲラルトみたい。なんか
You've come from the tower, haven't you?
あ、そうですけど。
Name's Agarth. Maybe you can help an old fate weaver, eh?
何
Fate
それ
weavers look at the great tapestry of fate. The threads will tell us how a life will unfold.
そんな
But
の持っ
knowing
て
the
ない
future and being able to change it are two very different things.
あえて言われたんだけど
Poor old Fomerus Hughes. He respected the way the world works. What a shame. He's probably dead by now.
そんなことはないと思うけどねなん
The
で
cards told me that the Well of Souls would work, but Hughes's success would come on the day of his
あ
death.
序盤のタロット
He
ね
took it pretty well, honestly. Although we did a lot of drinking after that.
力になって
I suppose I could spare a little help in memory of Hughes, or in celebration of his success. Whichever.
カー
You
ド
really don't know much, do you? A fate weaver taps into the threads of fate and channels that energy through a focus. My order prefers cards. The cards are unique to each fate weaver, since we all see the weave differently.
遠で目が覚めたの
You're the one. Then that means... It all makes sense now. The cards this morning. I drew the Gravedigger, the Running Man, and the Beast. Prepare yourself. They're coming.
え来たあっち行けあっち行け
Do not expect mercy, mortal.
もう土に帰ってちょうだい奪ってやるおじさん
What? How? What are you? The threads of fate. I've seen them before, but I've never seen anyone manipulate them like that. You just changed how the world was supposed to work.
なんかやったできたやっただけだよ
Fate is the will of the gods. No mortal should be able to change it. How is that even possible? Come here. I'm going to do a
リ
reading.
ーディング
You might be able to change the threads.
は
But
い
fate will still have a plan for you. I promise not to tell you if I see your death.
ほんなら行く
That would be my guess. He was an academic, but he had a proper respect for fate's plan, unlike most gnomes. You're nervous.
して
Relax. This is what fate weavers do. I'll be seeing your place in the pattern of destiny. Who you are, what you've done, where your path takes you. Or, at least, I should be. You're real, right?
え
I
私
swear I
実在
haven't
しないっ
had
てこ
that
と
much.
え
I am. But still, I've never seen someone whose fate was just missing. Not even when I was drunk as the king of ballads. This doesn't
そん
make
なの知
sense.
らない
All mortal creatures have a place in the pattern. You should have one too, dead or not. If this is true, and I'm not saying I believe it, then your path is yours to
そうなの
determine.
アンロックしたフェイトレス1なんか結構いろいろあるねかっこいいじゃんマイトウォーロードになりたいねデュエリストねアベンジャーズ スレイヤーブレードバスター。かっこいいね、すごい。うん。
I can see the threads around you, but they're shifting, changing so rapidly. I can't make sense of them. Normally the threads would guide my hand to the cards, and I'd use those cards to see your pattern in the weave. But it just didn't happen. They wouldn't focus. So either there's something wrong with me, and there isn't, or there's something very wrong with you. It could mean nothing, or it could mean everything. The world is changing. You might be a sign of that, or maybe the cause. I've never had a reason to doubt my own readings, but we should consult with Arden. He's not a friend, but he's got a good eye for the tapestry. I'll meet you at his home to the east. I'm going to see if I can be of any help to the wounded at the tower. That's just it. I don't know if you've got one, but that's why we're going to see Arden. He lives in a little hut to the east in Yulven. I'll meet you there.
Okay.
Once I was Agarth the Unyielding, the Blade of Avgrum. I wrestled the Colossus Priestess and declined knighthood by the High King of the Fae. I was a hero of men, but that wasn't enough for me. I joined the Fate Weavers, hoping to find a way to conquer destiny itself. Turns out fate is the one thing I couldn't fight. You can find Arden's little cottage in the middle of Yulven. Had to move there when he got run out of town. He's a damned good Fate Weaver, but that doesn't make you very popular. Especially not in dark days like these. The Tuatha aren't like any Fae I've ever known. They're cruel, bloodthirsty, and savage. Why, they're practically human. Hughes was always an odd one. Curious and determined as any of his kind, sure. He never shut up about his work. But he always knew what was important. He didn't worry about dying as long as he knew he'd get the well working. The Fate Weavers were once a great, unified order of sages from all the mortal races. We foretold the destinies of kings and gods. But that power takes a toll. Nobody likes bad news. And all the news in the world is getting worse. The Order splintered long ago. Now the old traditions are all but lost. And all I foretell is the fate of my beer. And I see it being empty soon. We are all threads in the tapestry of fate. Measured, woven, and cut according to a great plan. Fate Weavers undertake the task of reading those threads. Our title always was a bitter lie, since we have no control over how that tapestry is woven. But you do. And when a Fate Weaver looks at your place in the weave, we see only the shapes of what you may choose to become. What could this all mean? Still here, huh? Can't quite decide if you want to hear what the cards say, can you? What could this all mean?
Good riddance to Hughes and his damn well.
Of all the songs in halls of lore, there echoes none more grand than Olane's many feats of might, the pure and She is a knight of golden knot. She is the cure seeker, the conscience of the summer fae. She is the heart of spring, of day.
とにかく5ハートに行けばいいのね。お仕事はないか。あ、アヒルさん、アヒルさん。何？お前誰？なんか怖そう。何？ダメ。なんでそんなヤバなことするの？このヤバ人。いっちゃ、ダメ。後ろからツンツンしないで。後ろからなんか疲れそうだった。アヒルさん逃げないで。あ、なんかダメだね。なんか植物がさ、独特な動きしててさ、すごい、なんて言うんだろう。
Everyone just stand back. The warden can't work when you're crowding so close. Go back to your business. Go on.
I miss her so much. I don't care what you race. It's a tragedy whenever anyone's savage like this. Just look at the poor creature. She's been beaten to the brink of death. The Fae may be strange, but they certainly don't deserve this.
優しい人かもしれないでしょ。何があっ
It
たの？
appears she was attacked with some manner of short blade, likely a dagger, although there's no way I can be sure. People simply stood by as she called for help. No one lifted a finger.
すごいさ、
Can you imagine?
なんかすごいあえてる
It's
けどさ
shameful to treat another in such a way, even if she is a Fae.
ね、
I don't know whether we possess the knowledge to treat such a wound. Frankly, I don't even know if I could save a mortal with such grievous wounds.
今一刻を
I'll
争う
be
事
the
態だか
only
ら。
one. With all the troubles we've suffered in this village, people are weary of adversity. They'd rather just ignore it. I'm going to suggest something a bit untraditional. There's a Fae named Eri. She
分かった
spends
分か
her
っ
days up on the
た。
hill
あ、気
overlooking
持
the
ちいいの分
village.
かったから。ね、
Seek her wisdom.
目線しない
I
でそこ
would
で。
do it, but I'm a coward. That's the truth. Perhaps a Fae will know how to heal a Fae.
分かった分
If
か
not,
った分かった。
then we're
行
back
くから
where we
行
started.
くから行っちゃダメ行っちゃダメ。あいると
She
こ。
spends her days in the precipice overlooking the village. She doesn't think we're aware of her presence, but we most certainly are. Hope you stay in town.
Damn Red Legion.
なんかびっくりマークあるからまず。
Believe Father Dinwell when he tells you that Mitharu was male.
おじさん。
Welcome to St. Odwig's perpetual mission. I would invite you in, but the Order has been too trusting in the past. We try to learn from our mistakes. Although, one never knows what might be a test of faith. You have arrived just when I am in need of aid. So perhaps Mitharu is at work.
助けが
We
必
at
要な
St.
の？
Odwig's have worked for years to establish a presence on this hill. It's not been without its challenges. The call of the Feylands does not fall upon deaf ears, and many of our youngest don't have the will to resist. Take Brother Egan, for example. 2 nights ago, Egan ventured past the walls to collect firewood and never returned. We must find him before anything happens.
いいよ。
Mitharu be praised. His order reigns supreme. Brother Egan was last seen northeast of here, just off the road near the Fey ruins. Please find him. Perhaps then we can welcome you into the fold with open arms.
どこを探
Egan
せばい
was
いの？
last seen in the woods outside the walls, just north of the village.
ありがとう。
Bless you, child.
じゃあまず優先すべきクエストを探しましょう。メインがまず特別配
What is
達
the
からやろ
mission
う。
hiding? Why are its gates forever closed? These are the questions we all should be asking.
はい、完了。
Insist that St. Odwig's admit monks of all sexes
お
and
店はど
races
こにあ
into
るか
its
な。
ranks, or tell them to peddle their poison elsewhere.
錬金店がここで。待ってね。今助けるからさ、その前にしてるのはいいからさ、コーナーショップ。今助けるからさ、その前にしてるのはいいからさ、コーナーショップ。気持ちよさそうにしてるのはさ、ダメだよ。メス引きしちゃダメだから、そのまま。
I heard that one of the monks attacked someone. You are holy.
Are you here for a weapon? Going to earn a lord's favor in this ridiculous
違
war, are
う
you?
って。修理。
I'll be here.
なんか随分いろいろもらっちゃったな。なんかすげえ、インファーナヘルム。よし。クイラスはこれでいいか。シェパード。で、ガーディアンガントレット。シェパード。ガーディアン。こんなもんでいいかな。まずアイテムがいっぱいだからその枠を減らさなきゃいけないね。秋の風流を感じて、キノコが生えてて、もみじが生えててさ、赤い苔があって綺麗だよね。待って、今会えてる前に何とかするか。
What do you want?
のぞみ？
You there? Do you feel nauseous? Itchy? Have you noticed any blood leaking from your eye sockets? I've been noticing the symptoms
な
everywhere.
いけど、ちょっと
No,
喉
this
が痛いか
situation
な。
could not be any worse. If the Red Legion is involved, then we could all be staring death in the face. What have I done?
どう
Why
なんす
ask
か？
questions when you could never understand the answers? It's clear your prowess is not with wit, but with a weapon. If you must know, something of value has been stolen. An alchemical formula that, if released, could cause untold devastation. I see its symptoms everywhere. Only my apprentice, Karth, and I knew of my work on the formula, but he's gone missing as well.
そうなのね。で、いいよ。
I do not deserve such goodwill after what I've engineered. If disaster occurs in Odorath, it will be on my head. I'm not sure where Karth may have gone, but I knew that before he came to me, he found shelter in the ancient chambers of Agnurfar Hall, an Irathi ruin east of Gorhart. Once you've ensured Karth's safety, you must learn what's happened to my formula. When you do, destroy it. It's the only way to keep us safe.
母さん
He
どこ？
always spoke of his time as a wastrel living in the abandoned halls of Agnurfar Hall, the Irathi ruin. People say it's haunted, but people say many things. Farewell.
問題のレシピ。ここにあるみたいだけど、まず。 こは医務室かな。こっちにあるのは何かなって。あ、ありがとう。じゃあクエスリスト。なんか随分すごいのもらっちゃったけど。ハンター。これはなんかいらなそうだけどリーチは短いみたいだね。じゃあクエストをやろう。橋渡し。ちょっとね、あんあんあえでてさ、ちょっと行きそうになってるフェイの女の子がいるから助けに行かなくちゃ。いっぱいだからどうしようこれ。
Don't believe Father Dinwell when he tells you that Mitharu was male. Mitharu is a god, not a mortal. She is all of us, not some of us. The Fae are not our enemy. Only those who seek to poison us should be reviled. That includes the brothers of St. Odwig's.
まずアイテムどうやって減らしたらいいの？
Welcome to Gorhart.
待ってね、アイテムの売りさばきをしなきゃいけないから、ここコーナーショップ。なんか倉庫とかがあると便利なんだけどな。
What do you need? So long.
Stay indoors after sundown. I wish I was fighting in the war. The action is in the east. No one's ever seen Arthur this far west.
ちょっとそうだね。この状況で行ったところで、そうだな。まだどうなるかわからないから、一旦ここで終わりにしましょう。ちょっと私の方も限界になってきてしまったので、申し訳ありません。ということで、本日はこれにて終了とさせていただきます。ご視聴ありがとうございました。では、失礼します。